Hi everybody. So today I'm going to do a review of the Illustrated Catholic Bible. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, then stay tuned. Before we get started, I would like to ask you, if you're a fan of Bible reviews and Bible related content, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And click that little bell so that you'll be notified when I upload a new video. So again, we'll be looking at the Illustrated Catholic Bible. So this one has the Holy Scriptures featuring over 500 Venetian illustrations from the 16th century. This one is going to be the black Leathersoft. It is the NRSV Catholic edition. This one is done by Catholic Bible Press. So it does come in a nice clamshell box. I'm going to hold this right there on that top section in case you would like to pause and read that. So we'll check out the features. So this one is going to have the anglicized text. It's going to have 513 illustrations from a 16th century Venetian Bible, pattern gilded page edges, high quality paper, 2 ribbons, does have a sewn binding, and a 9.5 Catholic comfort print. And this font is absolutely beautiful. That section right there will tell you a little bit about the translation. Then we've got our ISBN number. This one retails for $79.99, and right now you can get one of these for right around $51. So for a Bible that is this pretty, it is worth every penny. This particular edition measures out at 9 5/8 inches tall, 6 3/4 inches wide, and it is 1 3/4 inches thick. And I do measure to the very outer edge on those hubs. That way, in case you want to get a case for it. We've got our black head and tail bands, and look how gorgeous those page edges are. That patterned design on there is just awesome. I think that is very, very unique, sets this Bible apart, and I would love to see that on more Bibles. This one is a black Leathersoft, but it does have a nice pattern on it, so it does look like real leather. We've got perimeter stitching all the way around that perimeter. We've got the artwork on the front. You can see how that is dipped down in there. Really pretty. We've got the little designs on the corners. I think that looks awesome. And then we've got the same thing on the back, and it does have the ISBN number stamped on the back of that. On the spine, we've got Illustrated Catholic Bible. We've got the image there. Then we've got NRSV and Catholic Bible Press. Then we've got these raised hubs, and this is just an absolutely gorgeous Bible. I mean, I'm not Catholic, but this Bible is just amazing, so I would definitely recommend you checking it out even if you're not Catholic. On the inside, we will have a paper paste down liner. The paper does have kind of a sheen to it. We do have a presentation page. And then we get into our title pages. And this one stays open right at the very beginning. This one again is done by Catholic Bible Press, and they are part of HarperCollins. So again, the anglicized text. And the paper in this Bible, this has a very nicely done paper. So we've got our copyright page. This one was printed in China. We're going to have our table of contents, so all of the books of the Bible. And since this one is a Catholic edition, we are going to have the Apocryphal books, so we'll have books like Tobit, Judith, Maccabees, and so forth. So this page here talks about this Bible and how it features the woodcut designs. So it's not drawn illustrations, they're actually hand carved out of the wood. So that is really neat, and these have been scanned directly from an original print copy of a notable Latin Bible published in Venice in 1574. So I think that is really neat. It also talks about there's a few different artists, and then over here it talks about how in some of the books, more so the Gospels, where some of the images were duplicated and was in the books 2 to 3 times, so they have removed any of the duplicates from this one. So I think that is really neat. And then in the process of reproduction, some of the illustrations are not going to look quite as good because, again, it's from an old 1574 Bible. So keep that in mind. We've got all of our abbreviations. This is really handy, especially for the apocryphal books, for those of us who aren't used to reading those. We'll have our abbreviations continued here, and then we've got a preface to this translation, a preface to the anglicized edition, and then we've got a to the reader. And the print in this one, I cannot stress how nice the print in this one is. It is so nicely done and so readable, and there is zero distractions on the print on this one. We'll get right into the Old Testament. We can see we've got a single column text. It's going to be a 9.5 font. We've got nice wide inner margins, so this inside margin is 7/8 of an inch, so you've got about 3/4 of an inch usable space. On these outer margins, if we go from the edge of the text to the edge of the page, it's 1 3/4 inches. So if this is your translation of choice and you're a note taker, you're going to be able to take a ton of notes in this one. I'm going to get you a close-up of the image real quick, and then we'll look at the font in this one. And the font is absolutely gorgeous in this one. So there is our image. We can see that that is the same image that is on the front of the box as well as the front of the cover. So this one is the creation of the world. So again, that was all done hand-carved in wood. And then with each image, it's going to tell you what it is. So this one again is the creation of the world. So it's got in the beginning when God created the heavens and the earth. So that is really neat. So here's our font. I'm going to get you a close-up on this. One thing that I do want to point out here is how pretty this particular font is. So on these words here, at the ends of the words, you can see how it's got that little design. That just gives it a really elegant look to it, but then it just flows really nicely with all the artwork that is in this one. I think that font is absolutely gorgeous. So again, 9.5 on the font, and it is line matched. So very, very readable. And again, tons of note-taking space. So I'll flip through just a few pages so you can see some of these illustrations. We'll have translation notes down along the bottom. Now some pages will have multiple images, some will have just one large one. But I like how it fits right within where it should be within the text. So the section that you're reading, the images are going to relate to that part of the text. So I did want to point some of these out. So we've got Noah did what God commanded. So that's a pretty neat image. And I'm going to flip through and show you some of the different images so you can kind of see. So we're in Exodus, and it's talking about the ark and the mercy seat, the table and the bread of presence. We've got the lampstand. So I really like how all of them fit within that particular section of the Bible. So it's really neat. If enough people want to see a separate video, maybe set to music with just the illustrations, I can definitely do that. So if at least a dozen people or more request that in the comment section, then I'll take the time to do that for you guys. So this one here is the bronze serpent. So right where it should be. Some of the books will have a larger image, not all of them. More so like in the prophets, so I'll show you some of those because it's pretty neat how it's got a depiction of that particular prophet, and I think that's pretty neat. So we've got the priest bearing the ark, and I can't get over how nice the paper and the print is in this. I mean, when I look at this, you would think that there's no text on the other side because it is that clear and that readable. It's just amazing that they did it that well. So you can see how good that looks. And cameras, high definition cameras, always accentuate ghosting, and you're not even seeing any with the camera. So to me, that is very impressive. So we've got another nice image there. We've got the ark. I think that is really neat. We'll see the first of two ribbons. So this one is a black double-sided satin. And again, tons of space in these margins. So you can just take a whole ton of notes in this particular one. So I really like how they did these. This is just a beautiful Bible. So there's one of the apocryphal books. Now, not everybody's going to like the illustrations. So if the illustrations are something that might bother you, then just don't buy one. That's what I would suggest. So here's how the Psalms are laid out. So you can see the verse numbers over here, but super, super readable. I just love the paper and the layout and everything on this one. So here's going to be some of the different prophets and how it's got the depiction of them. And I think that is really neat. Now again, not all of the images are going to look perfect throughout this because some of them were damaged and they had to try to make them look a little bit better. We've got the lions there with Daniel. Just really neat. I'm going to get you another close-up on the lettering here and how that is, because I think that looks gorgeous. I love the way all of those little lines are on that. I just think that looks awesome. That's so pretty the way that they did that. I definitely will want to find another Bible with this same text because I really like this. So then we've got Jonah. So I think that's really neat the way that they did that one. Then we'll get back to the New Testament. We'll see the second of our two ribbons, nice shade of gold. So I do really like the colors that they chose. I think that looks really nice with that cover design. And these page edges, again, are just absolutely gorgeous. So here we can see in Matthew that we've just got a smaller image, unlike some of those prophets where we had the big one on the page. But just really a beautifully done Bible. So I really look forward to reading from this one. So once we get back to the very back of the Bible, we'll get into the glossary and concordance. It is a 3-column layout. So we don't have as wide of a margin on the outside, but we still have that nice wide inner margin. So really nicely done. Very, very readable. The paper in this one is just gorgeous. So this one on the concordance, it is 62 pages. And then we get into our maps, and we're going to have 7 maps spread out onto 8 pages. They will be on the shinier paper. It is a little bit thicker paper. Then we're going to have our stitching in the gutter there. So nicely done sewn binding. And then this Jesus' Ministry map is really neat because we see all of these little text bubbles, and it gives us information on where different things happened. So we've got where Jesus ascended to heaven, where he was born, where the crucifixion and resurrection was, where he talked to the woman at the well, where he spent his boyhood. So this page is just awesome. I absolutely love this particular map. And then we'll have our 2-page spread, and then our last one, and then we just get right back to the back of the Bible. But this one is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you would not think that a Bible in this price range would have this nice of features and this nice of paper and print. So if all Bibles were done this way, I mean, this has got premium quality for not a premium price. So to me, this is very, very impressive because so many people want really readable text. They want nice wide margins. And this one is just absolutely gorgeous. The cover on that looks amazing. The spine is beautifully done. Those page edges are awesome. So I would definitely recommend checking this one out, even if you're not Catholic, because like I said, I'm not Catholic, but I love this Bible already. So I'm definitely going to be using this one. So again, this one is the Catholic Illustrated Bible. This one is the black Leathersoft. You can also get it in a leather overboard. I will put both links in the description box. And if you want to see another video on this Bible, then check out my visual tour. And if at least 12 of you mention that you'd like to see a separate video with just illustrations set to music, let me know in the comment section, and then I can do a video for you guys. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.